Hello YouTube. This is kind of embarrassing. In the last video, I actually told you something wrong. I gave you the wrong instructions on how to draw the back legs. And I should have known better because I was complaining about how other people get it wrong. And it kind of comes across as a little hypocritical when I myself get something very, very wrong and tell everybody that it's true, like it's a fact, and then I post it up on the internet and I can't take it down or change it. Oh no! Well, that is why we have follow-up videos. So I'm going to explain what I told you wrong and why I told you wrong. So okay, let's look at my screen. Now, in my last video, I told you how to draw the back legs, and I laid it out that the typical standing position had this bone here, which is called the stifle, and then this bone here, which is called the gaskin. I told you that it made basically an acute shape, like an acute angle here, when really that would be extremely strenuous on the leg itself and is not the correct way to draw the back leg. The correct way is actually like this here, where it makes a obtuse angle, where it would be much less strenuous on the muscles to hold up the actual leg. And I must apologize. I told you all completely wrong, and you should not listen to that part of the previous video. This is not the typical standing position. That is wrong. This is the typical standing position. The way it looks like fleshed out is actually even quite different too. And I should know better because, see, the problem is that usually when I'm drawing them in a standing position, I don't think about the skeletal muscles myself. I've drawn these characters so many times that like I will oftentimes break my own advice and skip over the skeletal layer, which is, I know, I'm a huge hypocrite, aren't I? Just a huge hypocrite. That's like what I was talking about in my last video. I am a huge hypocrite. I am wrong. I have made a mistake. Anyway, this is how it would look like if you were to follow my advice. And that is wrong. This is the correct way it's supposed to look here, where the leg comes down and makes a nice, realistic angle to it, and will actually allow your characters to actually stand up. This is what I showed you in the last video here. Let's see, there we go. So, these positions that you see, let me make a new layer. This position is okay, this position is okay, this position is okay, but this position is not okay. The only time this position is okay is if the characters are kneeling down like on their front legs. So basically if the character is doing this, essentially. That's the only way this would be okay, is basically if they're kneeling down. Otherwise, this is completely wrong. So don't follow this one. These are okay. You can follow these. This is still okay. Oops, go away. This is still okay, this is still okay, this is still okay, but this is not okay. I'm gonna go ahead and redraw from the beginning a standing position with the proper skeleton so that I will not be a hypocrite, and then you will not so that you will not be misinformed, and so that I won't be perpetuating a false truth, because that would just be the absolute worst thing I could ever do. Okay, so we have the back, the spine, we have the chest cavity, the hip. Okay, so here are our hip joints. We have this bone, which is called the stifle. I don't have them memorized, I have them over here on this screen. Stifle, then the gaskin, then here, this thing, which is the whatever. I called it the foot in the last video, I'm going to call it the foot in this one. There we go. That's how it looks. There we go. That'll be good. Give it a head. Flesh this out. Now, actually, I'm going to touch on a few things in this because I had a few comments asking me about this. Somebody asked me about how to draw wings. And, well, for starters, you need to realize that the wings are on the shoulder blades, here and here. So this is the shoulder blades here. A lot of times I will see people drawing wings on the sides of their stomach, which is wrong. That's not where they go. This is where they go. Right? Yeah. This is the base joint, and this is where they come off of. And remember, the top upper corner of the wing here is where it attaches to the body. This is a flap down. So basically, wings. I'm gonna get in trouble for telling you wings wrong now. I guarantee you. But basically, this is kind of how the skeletal structure of a wing would look like. It'd be kind of like this, something like that. And that here, and when this folds down, this will fold down just like so. It looks like so. And then like so. Something like that. And the wing looks like this closed. And open, it's all the way up like this. So wings are pretty easy. It's just, yeah. There's a science to it. I usually ignore the science, which I know sounds rather hypocritical. But I just go with it. Anyway, back to sketching out this character, who I have correctly drawn this time. Another thing to remember is that the chest cavity, it's larger in the front than it is in the back. A lot of times I'll see people draw like this, which I guess if your character is fat, that'd be okay. But if you're trying to draw it like a regular character model, it's usually like this. That's how they do the characters in the show. So if you want to go for something more show accurate, stick with the larger in the front, smaller in the stomach here. And even if your character is chunky, it would be more like you would draw this anyway and then add some pudge here, like that. So yeah, whatever you do, just keep the proper anatomy in mind. Remember, the chest is larger here and it gets smaller as it goes back. And now to draw the back legs correctly, thigh, the calf, then and this is kind of like the ankle, basically. If you're going off of my analogy from last time, where we're corresponding the horse bones to mammal bones. I kind of drew the character a little small. So I'll draw it a little bigger. And another thing about tails. Remember, tails come out of the base of the spine. They do not come out of the butthole. I see so many people drawing the tails really low. And I don't know why they do this. They'll draw tails coming out of here. That's not how tails come out, even though, actually the way I drew it there is okay. But a lot of people, they draw the tails really low. So just remember that it comes out of the base of the spine, it doesn't come out of the butthole. Alright, there we go. That's how the character is supposed to look. Unlike what I told you last week, which was a lie. I lied to you all, and I am a horrible person. So incredibly horrible, you should unsubscribe and unlike that video. Whatever. I'm going to finish this drawing, and because I know you guys like to watch that kind of stuff. And hopefully you weren't too misled by my previous video, and this video will set things right. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this. There we go. Now that I've drawn it correctly, you can see the nice arc of the leg here as it comes into the lower part. Alright, there we go. That's good enough for now. Good enough just to make an example of myself. And an example of what I should have done. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. I'm sorry for misleading you in the previous video. That was wrong of me. When I started making that video, I wasn't really sure of what I wanted to make the video about, so I kind of figured out what the video was going to be about as I was making it, so I didn't put enough pre-planning into the video. I promise from now on I will put more pre-planning into each video, because I do not want to lead you guys astray. That would be horrible of me, and you deserve more than that. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye, everybody.